Mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. To translate that, good day everyone. I know, my dear tourists, that you are all excited to see the historical sites of Las Casas, Filipinas, the ACUZAR. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Catelyn Soliman, but you can call me Kate, and I will be your tour guide for today. On behalf of Let's Go Travel and Tours, I would like you to meet our coach, Captain Pedro, but you can call him also Manong Pedro. Can you say hi to Manong Pedro?
Hi, Manong Pedro.
Okay, so can we start the head count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect! And we are now complete. Before we proceed to our tour, I have some friendly reminders and safety precautions, which is to always wear your face mask and keep always social distancing, so that our tour will be smooth flowing. Today, I will be touring you to some historical houses that transfer and build here in Las Casas. And while on our tour, there are some houses which we will enter or visit. However, we need to remove our shoes or slippers because this is one of the traditions of Filipinos and a sign of respect to the owner of the house that is being preserved here in Las Casas. Before we start, I will give you some information about this resort. The Las Casas Filipinas de ACUZAR is a Spanish language that means Philippine Houses of ACUZAR. Jose ACUZAR is the founder of Las Casas and also the owner of San Jose Builders. He started collecting houses in the year 2000 and it was opened to the public in the year 2010. Las Casas took 10 years of making because all the houses are thoroughly studied before being transferred and reassembled. They mark each part of the house and take pictures of it. They also carefully carve piece by piece, trunk by trunk, and column by column. And they are built according to the original design and structure. Each house is named based on where it is originated and where they found. Just like the first house we will be going to visit, the Casa Lubao. The Casa Lubao is came from Lubao, Pampanga. It was the youngest among the ancestral houses here in Las Casas because it was constructed in the year 1920s, owned by Juanita Arastia and her husband Dr. Wenceslao Vito. This casa is very significant because this was where Diosdado Macapagal worked when he was a child. Because he was intelligent and a hardworking kid, the owner sent him to school. He later became the president of the Philippines. Casa Baliwag. The Casa Baliwag is originally built in Bulacan in 1898 in front of the Baliwag Church. It features the highly floral motif in fashion at that time. The lower part of the house became known as Luwasan, in English, passageway, because it was where people waited for their ride to Manila. Next, Casa Quiapo. Casa Quiapo, built in 1867 and owned by Don Rafael Enriquez, which was given to the University of the Philippines and became the first fine arts school in 1908 to 1926. This building is also known as Casa Hidalgo. Next is Casa Binan. Casa Binan is a replica of historically significant house from Laguna. It is also known as the Alberto House and is a replicated version of the house of Teodora Alonso, the mother of Jose Rizal. Although a replica, some of the parts of the house like the doors, stairs, and planks of wood were taken from the original ancestral house. The building is also known for being the selected location for General Luna's iconic death scene. And lastly, the Casa Bizantina. Casa Bizantina has a 3-story, intricately designed bahay na bato or stone house from Binondo, Manila. The story is made of adobe stones and bricks, and the 2 upper stories are of sturdy wood. For 5 years, it was the Instituto de Manila, an elementary and high school that later transferred and became the University of Manila. They now transformed it into an elegant first-class hotel and is now considered as the most expensive hotel in the resort. Las Casas Filipinas de ACUZAR is not only offering historical attractions, they also provide other activities which will give you a nostalgic vibe while getting around. Since we already visited some other available historical houses here in Las Casas, if you want to ride the Calesa or horse-drawn carriage and balsa cruise or boat riding, you can now enjoy them. Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed and learned a lot from our remarkable trip. It is sad to say that this marks the end of our informative tour. Are there any questions, clarifications, or suggestions? Just let me know, okay? Once again, I am Catelyn Soliman, your tour guide for today. On behalf of Let's Go Travel and Tours, I would like to thank you all for choosing us to be part of your unforgettable journey. I hope to see you in your future tours. Enjoy the rest of the day here in Las Casas, Filipinas de ACUZAR, and have a safe trip back home. Mabuhay!